Well, I went to the van store at the mall and I ended up getting a couple pairs of shoes because I found a good deal on them. They were the nice slip-ons that have the cushions in them. Those usually go for $65, $70, and they were $50. So I mean, saving $20 on each pair, two pairs adding up to, it's basically like getting two pairs of shoes for the price of 1.5 pairs of shoes. I really couldn't turn down that opportunity, so I acted on it. And then I also found this cool hat on sale, and I got another hat for $5 because they just, you know, they let you spend money and save a little bit of money, I guess. It's a good tactic to get people to spend, but this hat's pretty cool. It's a very plain color, so it's like a bright minty green. It kind of looks like white on camera, but I assure you this is actually green. You can probably tell if you just kind of look at it real close. If I actually do some dark green designs on that, I bet it would look really sharp. I could also do either some orange or some purple. Purple especially would look really good because purple contrasts against green. So a bright, almost white green like this, contrasted by a dark purple, would basically look like black and white. But it would actually, be using color, so it would be kind of cool. And I paid $5 for this hat, so if I sell it for $10, then I made $5. So what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to make a neat little design on this hat, and I've got a couple new pairs of shoes. But so the point of this video is to take inventory. I have all of my shoes here right now, and this is pair number 1. As I'm sure some have seen before, these are the colored pair of Vans. It was a plain white pair when I originally got them. It was the first pair that I actually decorated, the first pair of shoes that I actually decorated. I did do a couple of hoodies before I started doing shoes. I think shoes are much easier than hoodies because the cloth is it's a lot harder to get clean designs on soft cotton cloth versus canvas. Canvas shoes, I was thinking of getting some Converse, but honestly, I'm glad I went for the Vans now because I got a really good deal on them. So anyway, colored pair with all the wacky, crazy stuff that I can put on white. So that's one. This is so interesting. We're counting shoes. That's 2 shoes so far. Here's 2 more. We're coming up to 4 now. Shoes 3 and 4 are, of course, the gray and black. And I think I'm very, very pleased with these, to be honest. I think that they turned out quite well. They haven't been worn, except maybe once or twice when I tried them on in the store. They are basically brand new custom Vans, and you can tell that they're handmade because I actually botched the star design on the right shoe, which is this one. If you look at this right there, you see how the top spoke of the star it kind of blends into like all the triangles there, and there's no circles. It's inconsistent with what you might expect there, and it is actually just slightly off. I had to correct for it afterwards, but even then, it's only at a glance that you don't notice it. So if you're actually scrutinizing them, you can tell that was obviously done by hand. I did all of, by the way, I feel I should probably mention this. I do all of my work freehand, pretty much. The only exception thus far is on these gray vans, where I did make one stencil, and it was just for the big star. Everything else was freehand. All the filler work is freehand. It's just how I work. I'm very methodical when I'm actually doing the drawing, and I mean, it's kind of a repetitive pattern sort of based process, but I don't know, they look pretty decent. So that's the gray pair, and then of course now so okay, I have one pair. These are small. These are quite small, because I figured I would get a pair that would actually be better for, because they only sell these particular shoes in men's sizes, so I had to go for a 7 in order to get a U.S. women's 8.5. It kind of lines up pretty reasonably. I think that's a pretty common shoe size, plus or minus one size, and if it's minus, then more people can still wear that. So anyway, this is black and white, and it's actually more of a beige or a cream color, but it's still a very neutral color, more so than even the gray was. I could do some color on these, and I have 2 pairs of these. Now the thing that's so great about these shoes is they have the cushion inside. These shoes are incredibly comfortable. I can't believe that I actually got them for $50. That's like a really good deal, because normal slip-on Vans are $60, and they're nowhere near as comfortable as these are. And regular slip-on Vans are already like very comfortable, but these are just like the complete next level. It's just, it ascends to the next spoke on the ladder. Or, oh, it's not a spoke, it would be, the rung? Yeah, that's it, it's a rung. Ladders have rungs, wheels have spokes, wagon wheels, or a ship's turning wheel is for the rudder control shaft or axle, or whatever you want to refer to it as. Just once again, this has been me just, I don't really know. I'm just, at this point, I'm documenting my weekend pretty much. I've been recording at various points throughout the day. I started off at 6 in the morning. It is now 6 in the evening. This is the 4th video that I've recorded today. I don't really know why I decided to do so many uploads today, but it's cool, hopefully. I mean, this video in particular, I think, will be fairly interesting. Oh, don't look at me. It's my hand. Yeah, I get this box. So we got one more pair. This is shoes 7 and 8. And of course these are size 10.5 men's slip-on Vans. They're in the same style. Same style as those other ones, because these in particular were on clearance, and it was just a steal. I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to do black and white on one of these pairs, but this one is kind of reserved for a friend he had a particular request of me, so this is going to be white and red and maybe blue. I could do some pretty neat stuff with these. The other pair, of course, I'm going to probably just keep in reserve, so that I can do a request for, I suppose, anyone that is interested. And now I need to pile up the shoes in my car in such a way that they're not all over my lap, making me relatively uncomfortable. But, other than that, I think that this was actually a pretty beneficial excursion that I've gone on today. I haven't had internet at my house because my mom's boyfriend is an asshole. And that's just the truth of it. Pardon my French, but he really is not my favorite person. That isn't to say that I, want anything bad to happen to him, or I, hate him with a fiery burning passion. The only time that I hate him with a fiery burning passion is when he's just done something like this. And I don't really hate him, I just hate what he's done. As a person, I think that he's reasonably consistent, but he's just... he's not the type of person that I can get along with easily. It's very difficult for me because we just butt heads a lot. But anyway, I think this has gone on long enough. It's already a 12-minute video, and this was really just supposed to be me showing off some shoes that I got. So, thanks for watching. If anyone watches this, and I'm sure eventually people will, but for now, it's just in its infancy. So, I appreciate every single person that watches this. Of course, I will try to continue on that level of appreciation as time goes on. Perhaps should everything go well, I will be back around at a later time.